Meow. Ginger Runner. What is up, everybody? Ethan Newberry, the Ginger Runner, here for another gingerrunner.com review, and today we're going back to Brooks, but I'm bringing in a different shoe this time, and this is the Brooks PureFlow 5, back to the Pure series. It's actually been quite a while since I reviewed one of the Pure series from Brooks. I never did review earlier versions of the PureFlow, but lately I've been seeing pics of this, the PureFlow, popping up all over social media, and I was like, you know what, it's about time I give it a shot. Even if I did wait to version 5, it surprised me. I actually really enjoy it, though it does have a couple of issues that could be deal breakers, and I will get to them in this review. Gone is the PureConnect, and in its stead as a neutral racer, long day training, low drop, flexible, responsive, all-around running shoe, the PureFlow 5 steps in. Snappy, it's fun, likes to go fast, but what is the shoe's Achilles heel? I'll get to that in this review. Let's start with things that I like about the PureFlow 5. First and foremost, responsive. The Brooks DNA midsole material. In previous shoes, I liked it. The bit more underfoot in this shoe, I really like it. I was surprised at how much that I ended up liking it, just because it is so snappy. It's great for fast and picking up the pace. It's that wonderful middle ground between cushion and responsive, leaning more towards the responsive side of things, so it definitely benefits those who have a quicker cadence and like to move forward and propel themselves faster. The upper, made of seemingly one piece of 3D fit printed technology. PureFlow upper is simple and effective. I enjoy it. It's not super soft or stretchy by any means, but once your foot gets in there, it's locked in, and by not having all of those seams or multiple parts to the upper, it helps contribute to a more even, well-rounded fit. Flexible. I'm really happy with the flexibility of this shoe because of the outsole grooves that are throughout the outsole and midsole. You're getting plenty of flexion right where you need it throughout the forefoot, midfoot area as your foot strikes in a comfortable fashion without being overly flexible or too minimal. All these flex grooves, good thing. And finally, durable. Previous versions of the Pure series shoes from Brooks, I found that they tended to break down earlier than I anticipated. This one seems to be holding up pretty well. With well over 50 miles in this shoe thus far, the outsole rubber pods are holding up extremely well, even with a little bit of heel striking from time to time, not getting a ton of wear back there. The outsole rubber is all in the right places. The upper is made of that synthetic material that is holding up to the abuse, so I have been fairly pleased with the durability of the shoe. That being said, there are a couple of things that I have a problem with. Let's get on with things that I dislike about the PureFlow 5. This dislike is my number one dislike. I think it's a make or break for a lot of people out there, and that is that this shoe is narrow. This forefoot, midfoot area is far more narrow than you would expect from the shoe, and it is unforgiving. Because the upper is comprised of this super tight-knit 3D fit print technology, that fabric doesn't give. So if you have a wide foot, you're not gonna like this shoe. I don't necessarily have a wide foot, and I like to have a little bit of room up there for my feet to actually breathe. Unfortunately, the shoe just had none of it. Ran into a number of issues where that peaky toe just begins to tuck under your toes, resulting in blisters, hot spots, pain, and discomfort on multiple occasions. And a part of me is like, you know what, maybe it's got to do with the sizing, maybe it's just my foot, but comparing it to other shoes that I've been reviewing lately, even some shoes from last season, from other manufacturers, this shoe is surprisingly narrow, even by a few millimeters, but it's enough to make a difference and is noticeable. So make sure you try this shoe on in person, get your foot into it before you make the full-on decision. Another dislike, the tongue. Real interesting. I'm so glad they got rid of that nav band, which was in a lot of the Pure shoes in earlier versions, but now they just have a single flyaway tongue that has no apparatus to attach the laces to it or any little tunnel where you can tuck them through. It's independent, all on its own. It's made of a bit stiffer, sort of plasticky material on the top with a nice cushion underneath, but it tends to fold over itself because of that. Real interesting choice not to include some sort of cut or groove to slide the laces through, which is available on almost every single running shoe I have ever run in ever, except for this one. And finally, weight. It's not a super heavy shoe, but in my size 11, 10.2 ounces is heavier than I would expect from a shoe that is pretty much running in as their fastest, lightest shoe in their cushioned and pure line. Not a racing flat. There are other racers from Brooks that are lighter, probably more nimble, but as far as their mainstream line, their pure line, this is about as light and as nimble as you get, and at 10.2 ounces, that's a bit on the heavy side. This guy needs to go on a diet. Both these guys. And actually, that's it for dislikes. So again, overall, I've been having some really fun runs in this shoe. It's right now my go-to road shoe, only because I've been experimenting with a lot more, going longer distances. I can't get over the fact that how narrow it is. If I keep the mileage down, the narrowness doesn't necessarily cause too significant of an issue. So I'm definitely still having fun in the PureFlow 5. Let's get on with the points. Quality, I think they have a durable package here. I do have to knock them down for the narrowness and the tongue issue. I'm gonna give them 4 out of 5 on quality. Comfort, I like that snappy feel, and as you break the shoe in more, it gets a little bit more soft, but because the shoe is narrow and has caused significant issues for me on longer distance runs, I have to knock them down. 3 out of 5 on comfort. Price, $110 for this shoe. Not a bad price. I think you're getting a good shoe for that price. I'm gonna give them 4 out of 5. And finally, looks, I like the looks of this. It's bright, utilizing the 3D printing technology to their favor by adding the star pattern. I'm going to give a 4 out of 5 on looks. That brings our grand total to 15 out of 20 for the PureFlow 5. I think that's a pretty damn good score. If you guys have any more questions or want to find out more about these shoes or get a pair for your own, remember I have a link in the description. I'm working with Running Warehouse right now. There's even a coupon code in there to get you 10% off a lot of the items in their store, so go use that, abuse it. And in the comments of this video, let me know, have you run in the PureFlow 5? Do you like it? Are you running in it currently? Let me know. That is it for today's review. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure that you like, favorite, and subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/thegingerrunner, posting new videos every single week, and I've got a good one coming next week. You're not going to want to miss it. Make sure you follow me across social media. On Twitter, it's @thegingerrunner. On Facebook, facebook.com/thegingerrunner. Over on Instagram, it's @EthanNewberry, and of course, gingerrunner.com. Every single Monday, we're doing live shows at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, bringing on guests, asking them questions. You get to interact with them. It's a lot of fun. You don't want to miss out. And if you want to help keep the lights on and the mics hot, all you have to do is go to patreon.com/thegingerrunner and help contribute there. Lots of perks on the back end. Now get out there, train hard, race harder, party the hardest. I know I am. We'll see you guys next week. Go get good.